and welcome to MS4, and today we're talking about water resistant makeup for your summer fun or for your really sweaty work day also. So I am participating in summer this year. I'm very excited about that. I work from home, so a lot of my air conditioned goodness doesn't really need a waterproof or a water resistant look, but I have been going outside doing some beach days, and sometimes you just need some makeup that lasts a little bit better through the heat and sweat of those summer days. Well, technically summer's halfway over, but I thought that it might be still time, and depending on what climate you live in, you may still have summer for months ahead, or you may be having summer when we're having winter. So I put together this video. I wanted to have makeup that was really easy and non-fussy, because when it's really hot out, even though sometimes you do want to wear makeup, you don't want to have to wear makeup. You don't want to have the type of waterproofing makeup that is completely shellacked to your face, full coverage. You want something that looks great but that's super easy to wear. So I've put together a number of products, and I have some alternatives. I call this water resistant makeup because oftentimes things that are waterproof may only be waterproof for a certain amount of time, or they may be waterproof where you get splashed with water, but they're not resistant to rubbing with water. So they will come off. So they're not really waterproof. So I think water resistant is a better term to think of this as. I'm going to be getting ready. It's the first time me doing my makeup on camera. So bear with me if there's any bubbles. But what we're going to start with first is sunscreen. And I like to choose something that has dual duty of giving me some coverage as well as giving me the sunscreen protection. This is waterproof. I first was introduced to this product from Angie from Hot and Flashy. This is the Australian Gold Botanicals. It's a factor 50 sunscreen. It comes in light, medium, dark, and it'll set down to a mostly matte finish, and it's waterproof. You reapply every 80 minutes. So if you're going to the beach and you want to be reapplying this, I'd say you just have your first application be this when you're doing your makeup, and then either use a sunscreen powder or something else if you want to be able to put that over without redoing your cream or lotion sunscreen. So we're going to start with this. I love this because of the finish. I'm really not a huge fan of the extremely creamy or glowy sunscreens. So I appreciate something that is going to give me a more matte finish, but really do the job that it's supposed to do to protect me from sun. So I'll apply this all over. You want to make sure that you have enough to actually give you the sunscreen amounts that it says you can get, and you also want to make sure not to miss your neck and décolleté. I am wearing a shirt over mine, so we're just going to avoid that completely. And you want to make sure you get your ears as well when you're doing your sunscreen. But I appreciate this formula because it goes on pretty easily. I'm also going to tap up in my eye area. It does not annoy my eyes at all. It wears really well. I'm going to get my ears. And they do have body sunscreen also. They have spray sunscreen for the body as well as lotion sunscreen in the Australian Gold. This is for the most part unscented, which I appreciate. I'm just working it in, trying to make sure that I get everywhere and that it sets in. The thing with the powder sunscreens, Supergoop has a powdered sunscreen that you can use for on the go if you want to powder over the top of your makeup when you're ready to refresh for your makeup application after your makeup application. They do have a spray sunscreen, but it looks really pretty greasy and is not really great for makeup wear or for shifting up your makeup. Okay, so I've got my sunscreen on. I do have a little hand towel here because it does make your hands colorful. So we've got our sunscreen on. And so the next thing I wanted to talk to you about was bronzers. Now I'm going to demo two different types of bronzers and cheek blush. The reason being because the first one I'm going to show you is great as far as being water resistant and very light and effortless looking, but it is not rub proof. So if you're going to be in a pool with kids pulling at you and doing stuff, the light and easy one is not really one you want to use. If you're just going to be in a light water situation, a sprinkler, going down Splash Mountain, whatever you're doing, you could do the first one. But if you're doing a lot of things that might involve touching, this would not be the way to go for that. So the first thing that I'm going to show you, this is from the Selena Gomez line, and this is the bronzing stick, and we are in Happy Soul. Now I am really waiting for her to come out with a contour color, because all of the bronzers this is the most neutral cool tone one, and it's still pretty bronzerish, but this slides on very easily. It blends super easily, it wears beautifully, but it is not going to be rub proof. It's something that it blends out nice and easily, and you can just blend it right off. But so I'll show you this. This is, see, it goes on super easy, and then I can either just use my fingers or a brush, and I'm going to show you this one with my fingers so you can just see how easily. Now if I were to keep blending, this would be pretty much, you could blend it out to non-existent. There you go. Okay, so also from Rare Beauty, this is the melting blush. Now this is also water resistant, but this is super light. Like if you have a preteen that's wanting to try makeup, get them one of these, because the color is super light. It doesn't build up a lot. It is one that you will get color payoff, but I suggest just using your fingers, because if you're using a brush or a sponge, sometimes that will just take all of the product and you won't see any of it. You won't see any of the color payoff. So what I like to do is take it and tap where I want it to go. And it's just a really pretty color, but it's very light. And this is another one, you'll be able to see that this just blends out. Okay, so we're getting a little color there. We could build it up some, but it's not going to build up a lot. It's still going to be just very light. And this one is in the Nearly Neutral. So you've got just a light wash of color. I put on a little too much sunscreen because it's feeling like still tacky, and if you have just a regular layer of sunscreen, it will blend out to just be very matte. But anyway, see, this is nice. It's very light, very effortless. You can blend with your hands. But the thing is, it's not rub proof. So this'll withstand a shower, this'll withstand the sprinkler, but if you start rubbing on it, it'll end up rubbing off. If you're sweating and you're wanting to tap off the moisture, what you want to use is a paper towel, because it's a little thicker and it won't leave fuzzies like something like a Kleenex might. And you just pat. And see, I'm not getting any off from that, but I'm also, if I were to, let me show you, if I were to rub, then I'm getting stuff off. But if you're just patting, you should be fine. Okay, now, so the next grouping of products, this falls into more of a little more putty, a little more water resistant, and more rub proof. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. This is in shade 1. And so I'll show you. Okay, so I'm gonna apply this with a brush. This is the Yenza bronzer brush. I'm gonna tap into it, and you just kind of want to dab it in. You don't need to spread it. You can but with the Australian Gold, because it does dry down to more matte, if you're using the cream products, you do want to do the dabbing motion so you're not really disturbing that or fighting against it. Okay. I'm really enjoying this bronzer. It's been a really good product for me. Okay. Okay, we've got that on. And then I'm going in with the Fenty Cream Blush. This one is in the Cool Berry color. Okay. And again, applying with the fingers. And this blush, I love the idea of the color of it, but this color is maybe not the most flattering for me. So instead of coming up here on the cheeks, I'm going to keep it back in this area more closely. Okay. Just tap that on. A little bit up on the forehead just to off my fingers. Okay, so there's that. And if you do want it to read more, I guess we'll put it here so you can see it. But I generally try and avoid the front part of my cheeks with this color just because it looks a little unnatural. But if I wanted the color to read on that, this is buildable, but it is a cream blush. It does not go to more of a powder. This one looks a little more emollient, but it's not. Both of those products are very powdery, so they're cream to powder. This one is cream and it stays a little bit more of that tack to it. It's not like my hair is gonna stick to it. It's not that emollient, but it does have a little bit of a tack to it rather than where it dries down very powder-like of the Rare Beauty products. And the Charlotte Tilbury will feel a little bit putty, but it also goes down to more of a powder, which I prefer. I don't like the cream products that stay very creamy and feel really emollient on my face. If you were looking for cheek products, cream cheek products, again, for the preteen or for the light wear or for the no makeup, the new Keys Soul Care, their Alicia Keys line, her blush, is also very light, very wash of color, but it's emollient and it stays emollient. So I did not love that as well. And it has a kind of a fruity floral flavor, not flavor, but scent. While I found that flavor nice, I didn't really love it in my products. So the emollients of that, plus the lightness of it, plus the fragrance, I ended up passing it on. But if you have a person in your life, or you are a person who just really enjoys that very light, very effortless look, the Rare Beauty is lovely, the melting blush, and the Alicia Keys was nice if you like more of the emollient cheek. And the Fenty cream is kind of in that middle. It's a little bit of emollient, but not bad, and it's not gonna stick to your hair. Okay, so next on the docket is the eyes. Now, Thrive Cosmetics does have a waterproof eye primer that you could use. You just wanna make sure that whatever you put over it is also waterproof. If you don't use eye primer, that's all right. The product that I'm gonna talk about is, again, Rare Beauty. This is one of their liquid eyeshadows, also waterproof or water resistant. And so what I'm going to do is do a light wash of color with this. All of these products are very light, effortless, not a punch of color, but a very light wash of color. This is also in the Nearly Nude. And what I'm going to do is apply a layer more thickly to my movable lid and then blend it up with my fingers up into the crease color and just blend it out. So it's just going to be a one shadow look, and it's really effortless, and it does, again, it's a matte formula. But if you wanted to use something else that had more of a shimmer to it, you could, as long as it has that waterproof to it. But I just appreciated the look of this and the effortlessness of it, but the payoff is really pretty, the color. So I'm gonna go in, and like I said, apply a lot to the movable lid. And then I'm going to blend using my ring finger with a light dabbing. Just blend this up. Using my the Child ColourPop mirror. Always a bonus. Okay, so then I'm just blending it out. Color read, and you can build more on top of this if you like, and just making sure that okay, but that's going to dry down to a powder finish relatively quickly, so you just want to work expeditiously. Okay, so going in again on the movable lid. Closing my product so it doesn't dry out, and then blending. Okay, so we've got that color on, and again, that's the Rare Beauty liquid eyeshadow. Now I'm going to go in with one of my, this is a Ride or Die, this is the Laura Geller Kajal eyeliners. They're the thick chubby ones, but they do have a sharpener in the back. These are both waterproof and rub proof. One of the demos on QVC is them dunking their hand swatches in water and just rubbing the heck out of it. This will stay put through until you take it off, until you physically take it off. But it does have a little bit of time, just a little time to blend, and then it sets down. So you want to be working with it again fairly quickly. So I'm gonna apply this, and you can also apply it with a brush. Okay, so, and I can smudge it out if I want to with that. But it will last through a day's work, through heavy beach activity, through water, sweat, blood, tears, all that sort of thing. So, okay, so there's that. And then as far as mascara goes, I hesitate to recommend any mascara to anyone, because mascara is one of those them fighting words sort of thing. People are very specific about the kind of mascara that they like. And especially the kind of waterproof mascara that they like. Right now I don't have any waterproof mascaras. I've ended up decluttering those because I just use basically my Better Than Sex mascara. It does come in a waterproof, but generally if I'm going to a heavy beach day, I'll either wear no makeup and just the sunscreen. But if I'm going to wear makeup and just with light water, this will stay on for me. So I'm just gonna apply that. But all the mascaras have either a waterproof or a tubing, or your special flavor that you like. Okay, so just applying a little bit of mascara. And all of this is just meant to be getting you out of the house quickly too, because if you're going for your beach day or your barbecue, or going to Disney, you want to get an early start. So it's just meant to be really effortless, but have a lot of staying power. Okay, so there we go with that. Next we're moving on to lips. Now I have a couple of waterproof lip liners. The new Rare Beauty lip liners are waterproof, so you can have one of those. This is a Laura Geller waterproof lip liner in Spice, and I'm going to actually use that today for the colors that I'm using. Now, I have been enjoying the Fenty Pout Sickle Stains, and those will leave you with a great wash of color that stays on, and then you can put either your clear SPF lip balm over the top of it, or you can, I like these, this is the Sun Bum. They have the mineral sunscreens. It's SPF 15, but it has color. This one is in Bonfire, and I'll do a little swatch, but there's 3 other in this type of the Sun Bums. So I really do like this. Has just a light scent to it, factor 15 sunscreen, but you can reapply it super easy. I have a lot of lip stains that I like, but today we're gonna be using the Balm. My favorite of this lip stain is Konnichiwa, but today we're gonna be using Hola since we're kind of in this frame of colors. So Hola is just a light glossy pink, and it does pair nicely with the Spice lip liner from Laura Geller. But the Balm has these glossy lip stains. I really like them. So now this just will leave a little light stain, so you could use your clear lip SPF after this. You could pack this with you if you're going to a barbecue or something like this, and because it's lighter, it's super easy for reapplication. You don't have to have a mirror, you can just slide this on, and it's really pretty effortless, and we like that for those warm summer days. But it's just a light look. But the Fenty Pout sickle stains are more vibrant, so if you're looking for a really vibrant summer look, Fenty does have a couple of the cream blushes. There's one in a daiquiri color that looks in the pan like it's just a staggeringly day glow orange, but it on the cheeks is a lot lighter of an orange, but it's still a vibrant color that's really lovely, and it goes well with the Zesty Bestie Pout sickle. So we've got our makeup now. And then other items that I wanted to share with you that are necessities in my everyday life. A good leave-in conditioner, detangler, or something you can take to the beach when your hair gets all frazzled, to be able to comb it out. The tried and true, this is the Sun Bum detangler leave-in conditioner. If you want to smell like a big banana, this is fabulous. This definitely smells like summer. It's lovely. I use this on the regular, rain or shine, winter or summer, because I really love what it does as far as my hair is very thin and tangles a lot, so I love that, and I do like to smell like a big banana occasionally. And then we have the Briogeo. Now this is a new one, and this is in the Avacado line, but this is also leave-in conditioner, detangler, and this actually has a really nice spray nozzle to it. A nice spray, because your leave-in conditioners, are a little bit thicker than like just a watery spray, but you don't want them to clog, and neither one of these has any problems with the spray. It's a really good fine dispersed mist of a spray, and really works well. But it does have a little bit of the fragrance too, not a huge amount of fragrance, but it does have the fragrance of that. And if you want a non-fragranced, this is the Drunk Elephant detangler. No fragrance, works really well, and this is a travel size, so this is super easy to put in your bag or your beach bag, and I really love it too. So if you just want to do the detangling and have that as an easy travel thing, it does come in travel size. So does the Sun Bum. You can get that in a travel size. Now also from Sun Bum, if you have a problem with your part burning, this little product is great and also good to put in your beach bag. When you get it, don't throw away the little nozzle stopper. That way if you're traveling, you don't have to worry about anything getting spritzed all over your bag. But it does come like this, and you would pump it out. It's a very thin, watery kind of feeling substance, so you don't have to worry about it getting weird on your scalp, and then it dries down really quickly to just nothing or just a tiny bit of tack. But you'll take this and you can put that in your part and just tap it down. Does a good job with the sunscreen, but it doesn't really mess up your hair too much. But it's something we don't always think of when we're going out. But it's good to think about, because if you've ever gotten your part really burnt, that there's nothing so bad as and then it peels and it gets, weird in your hair. So you definitely want to think about your scalp in this. And so this is the Factor 30, portable. There's just a little bit of that sunscreen, summery smell to it, little, coconutty goodness. but it goes on really easy. It's really easy to get into the hairline, and it doesn't really mess up your style, and also handy dandy to keep you from spilling it in your purse or your beach bag. All right, so now we are ready to go to the barbecue or the beach. We are sun protected. We have a little bit of makeup on, easy breezy. We got our hair detangled. We got our part and our scalp protected with sunscreen as well. So we're ready to go. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed this and it gave you some ideas as far as easy makeup for the summer, a little bit of water resistant, and also ways to keep yourself protected, sunscreen, hair sunscreen. And if you have anything that you just really love for summer, leave it in the comments below. I'm sure everybody would like to hear about your summer fun. And if you have fun things planned for your summer, share that as well. All right, this is Monica, and I'm going to sign off from MS4. Hope you are having a great summer. Stay hydrated, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.